What's going on, guys? My name is Eldenero and welcome to episode 111 of my FIFA 15 career mode with Manchester United. We start this episode off with a offer coming in from Blackpool for regen Robert Church. He's a centre back who's rated 62. He hasn't gotten a look in for me at all. And we also inquired about the availability of an old friend from this series, Jeffrey Schlupp, for whom I bid 1.3 million to Leicester City, because I figured with Villalba out for so long and with Roberto Soldado having the impact on the football pitch of a corner flag, it'd be a good idea to get somebody else in who has a little bit of pace and can maybe impact the game from the bench. And we found that Borussia Mönchengladbach also made a bid for him, so I upped my bid to 1.6 million just to completely freeze them out of the picture, because this game is really stupid sometimes with bids like that. And I'm sure people will also say that Schlupp is a stupid signing or whatever, but he's not going to be a first team player or anything like that. I'm really just signing him to get the numbers up. I think he would be good to be deployed as a left back when Luke Shaw can't be played, or he could also play on the left mid. I think him and Signorini could do really well if they were both available on the left hand side, but also just his ability at coming off the pitch and scoring goals. Like you saw it for Leicester City for so long when I was there. He had one season where he scored about 20 goals, so it's just worth having him there on the bench, I think, because Soldado is so bad. James Wilson has never done anything for me either, and I just think that Schlupp as a striker has been really successful for me. But we're playing against Birmingham City in the replay in the FA Cup. This is our first FA Cup tie, obviously this being the replay of that tie, making it our second match in the Cup. In the first one we drew 3-3 against Birmingham. We did really well to come back into that game, and we had a strike in this game in the 45th minute from Dybala, which went out for a corner kick, which I think would be taken by Dybala himself, as he swings it outwards with his left foot, and it comes into Andre Schürrle, who is playing as a makeshift striker in this game, and he gives us the lead on the brink of half time with the header from the corner. His second goal from a corner overall, which is pretty cool. His first one coming, of course, against Chelsea. But in this move here from midfield, Alberto Jordan gives the ball away to Paul Caddis, the former Celtic player, and then Jordan decides enough is enough. He wins the ball back in midfield, and he sees a run from Andre Schürrle as he runs into a really good position before seeing a run from Timo Huppertz. He plays it into Huppertz, Dybala leaves it and runs into the centre, and Huppertz finds Dybala in the middle, who makes it 2-0 with just what was a really good flowing passing move. I really like playing games like that. I really like playing football like that. The way Dybala stepped over it and then ran into a position to score, it just looked like a very good sort of like a very good flowing move overall, like great fluidity in the play. In the 67th minute, James Wilson had a strike which was saved, and we almost got in on the rebound with Nick Powell in there, but unfortunately he felled the Birmingham player. It mattered not. The game ends in a 2-0 victory for us, and we go into the next round where we will play against Sunderland, which will be, I think, the first game of the next episode actually. But we come out of that game to find a laughable bid from Atletico Madrid for Rafael Varane of 18 million. Like, I don't think so, considering he cost us Stefan Ruffier and about 14 million pounds. I obviously rejected that bid. It was ridiculous. And then we got our scout report back for Simon McKinnock, who plays for QPR. Now, this guy has just scored against me so many times that I thought it would be worth having a look at him, and I'd actually love it if you guys could let me know if you think I should sign him or not. I don't think I need him because we've got Jeffrey Schlupp in there, but I decided to make a bid anyways just to see if I could get him, because I think it'd be kind of interesting to have a player like him. He's not very fast, but he's very good at finishing and heading, and he's very strong, and it just, I don't know, it'd be kind of good, I think, maybe to bring him on off the bench as well. But we got to the contract stage for Jeffrey Schlupp after Leicester accepted our offer, so we offered him a contract. Porto came in with a bid for David De Gea, which I obviously rejected because he is the ultimate number one and a player that I just don't ever want to let go of. Jeffrey Schlupp accepted our contract offer, so we sign him. We get him in. He's going to be a good backup player. I think he's in there as a squad rotation player, or I think a sporadic first team player, so his demands for first team football aren't going to be very loud. But we got to offer another, we had to make another bid for Simon McKinnock from QPR. We upped that bid to 4.3 million, which they weren't having. They wanted 4.6, so I offered that anyway, considering I had the money lying around, and I wasn't really sure which areas of the team we needed to strengthen, and I still wasn't sure at this point if I was going to sign anybody on any pre-contract deals, even though I knew there were some great players available to us. But we go into our next game. This is in the league. It's against West Ham United. We're playing all of the London clubs lately. It's very strange, but this is at Old Trafford. We obviously played them quite recently because of the way that the fixtures go this time. For the first time in a long time, we're not first in the league, but we have a game in hand over first place Arsenal, so if we do get the victory, we'll be a point ahead of them. That's just because we had some terrible defeats in our last few games, but our lineup for this game has Memphis Depay playing as a left winger in a 4-4-2, where I edited our I adjusted Depay's position to be as a left winger, because I have this weird theory now that if you don't play players in their correct position, they won't grow at all. So I just had that in mind, with Depay being 82 rated and a lot of people in the comment section saying they've seen him go up to the 90s. I just thought it'd be a good idea to start pressing on that now, because he is 25 years old. So if we can get him to a high enough rating before he's 28 or 29, he won't go into decline immediately. But in the 5th minute of this game, Javier Hernandez with some great work on the edge of the box as he runs in and does manage to get the finish behind Adrian in the West Ham goal to make it 1-0 to us, which was a great start to the game because our form hasn't really been so good lately. But Memphis Depay picks up the ball in the 16th minute. He does really well to take on the West Ham players on the right hand side of the pitch. He comes in from the left and has a look up inside the box. He goes for the strike and it's saved by Adrian and so close to crossing the line, but the goalkeeper did get a fist to it. And in the 24th minute, Luke Shaw picks the ball up on the left hand side and he sees the run from Memphis Depay, who picked up a good position. He does quite well to get round Cresswell at left back, who has played very well for West Ham United, and by left back I mean right back. But Depay's shot hit the post and then goes out of play. I've never seen a ball travel like that in real life, by the way, where it curls inwards, hits the post and then goes outwards out of play. I've never ever seen that. Like, it looks like it defies physics to me, but maybe it's a thing that happens, I don't know. But just after the half-hour mark, again it was Memphis Depay involved in the build-up plays. He gets into the box and squares it to Wayne Rooney, who sees his strike saved in spectacular fashion from the West Ham goalkeeper. And we get another chance a few minutes later with Ander Herrera on the ball as he takes on the fullback for West Ham and plays it to Raphael, who does really well to get round those players on the right hand side and get into a crossing position where he finds Wayne Rooney, whose initial attempt was blocked, but the rebound was buried by Javier Hernandez, who makes it 2-0 with his second goal of the game. And he's doing quite a good job of deputising for the injured Hector Villalba, who I cannot wait to have back though, because he's so good. But West Ham started off the second half a little bit more strongly as Andy Carroll hits the first shot of the game for West Ham and it goes just wide of the post, and from the resulting goal kick, David De Gea plays it straight to DELORT, who scores against us for the second time this season. With just, I hate so much that that's a thing that happens in this game, like that. I always build from the back. You even saw it in the goal against Birmingham that I was so chuffed with. That started from a move from the back, but just sometimes those strikers get in ahead and I should be using the call for a defender to come forward button, but I don't do it. But Memphis Depay picks up the ball in the 56th minute and he takes on Turner, the West Ham centre back. He does well to get round him with the Ronaldo chop and goes for the strike. It's palmed away by the keeper and the rebound scuffed over the bar from Javier Hernandez, who misses a golden opportunity to net the hat-trick. Very unfortunate for him. But immediately after, we took off Chalobah and put Wayne Rooney into the centre of midfield, and we brought on Jeffrey Schlupp for his Manchester United debut, where he would go straight into that striker position because he's been so effective there for me over the course of my career as a manager. In the 70th minute, the ball comes to Memphis Depay from a corner kick. He does the Ronaldo chop to try get round Nzonzi, and as you can see, Nzonzi is fouling him there by pulling the jersey, and the referee correctly awards a free kick, which Wayne Rooney decided he was going to stand over, and it's from a decent enough position, and Wayne Rooney does manage to make it 3-1 to us, expanding the gap to 2 goals, which was very important because West Ham are a team who can turn something into or nothing into something, like, really quickly with their attack and play, especially when they give the ball to Andy Carroll. So it was good to go ahead of them like that, especially with a free kick goal, even if it was a deflected one. Then 5 minutes later, we came forward again with Alberto Jordan playing the ball into Wayne Rooney, who actually goes quite well as a central midfielder. I just always feel weird playing him there, but Schlupp does really well to create space and play the ball into Alberto Jordan, whose finesse attempt was saved, but it comes out to Timo Huppertz, who plays it into Rooney, who amazingly didn't just bury the header there when he had that chance. But a minute later, we'd get one more chance as Hernandez plays it into Jeffrey Schlupp, who did quite well to hold the ball up and then find Javier Hernandez, who sadly just cannot get his hat-trick in this game. What would be the second hat-trick of the series at Manchester United overall as well, the first one obviously being Wayne Rooney. But we come out of this game and I saw the availability of a superstar player, James Rodriguez. He was one of my favourite players to use in my Monaco career mode in FIFA 14, and the opportunity to work with him at Manchester United is one that I wasn't going to pass up, because as you can see, his value and his wage is massive. So the opportunity for us to bypass that and make a bid for him is one that we did have to go and attempt. So I did offer him a contract just to see if he'd accept it. I knew we could always fall back on Eden Hazard anyways, and I also went in for Daniel Kister, the FC Bayern midfielder, who looks like I don't know whose regen he would be. Maybe he isn't a regen at all. Maybe he's just a new gen. But he looks fucking incredible. So I went and offered him a contract as well. Because I wasn't sure what I was going to do. But then after I did this, I thought to myself, maybe I'll spend one more season at Manchester United. Because it might be worth doing that just to see what type of players we'll end up with. Because at the moment as well, the jobs available to us aren't very lucrative. It's literally Tottenham or FC Augsburg, and that's it. Those are the only two jobs that are ever available. So I think we need to play a little bit more with Manchester United to see if any more lucrative jobs start to appear. But I did make an offer for Van Ginkel for Chelsea because he always plays well against me, and the board tell me that James Wilson isn't happy with his wages or whatever. I'll resolve all of these issues with Rojo and James Wilson after the January transfer window. But Leicester City, my former club, made a bid for David De Gea, which naturally I rejected because we need David De Gea at the club, and QPR accepted our bid for Simon McKinnock. So I need you guys to tell me if I should sign him or not. Basically, just say yes or no. Say sign him or don't sign him, because I don't know what to do. I'd like to take him just for the kind of the nice idea of doing it, but I just don't know if I'm going to. And then QPR made a bid for De Gea as well, and I was just like, this is getting ridiculous now. Like, just fuck off from David De Gea. I should have just pressed the reject all offers button. But James Rodriguez accepts our contract offer, and he is gonna be a Man United player next season, which is so exciting. And Daniel Kister does as well. So I think we're going to have maybe one more season with Man United, or at the very least half a season, because I want to play with those players and see what I can do. But that's the end of this episode. We'll resume the next episode with transfer deadline day, which is where we're now at. And you guys can let me know if I should sign McKinnock or not. So if you could do that in the comment section, that would be awesome. If you want to leave a like as well, that would be much appreciated. I've been Elden Hero. Thanks for watching.